One of the definitions of a nice guy is as follows: a man who seeks validation from those around him and goes to great lengths to please others in order to gain favor and be liked, often hiding his true self in the process to fulfill his own needs. Does this sound like you? You are likely deeply afraid of offending people, so you put on a facade. You wear a mask, presenting yourself as good and virtuous to others while concealing your authentic self. You are not truly honest in your interactions with others. Even if someone crosses a significant boundary, you put on a fake smile and claim that everything is fine. Perhaps you struggle to form your own opinions. You lack decisiveness and are easily swayed by others, like a dandelion in the wind, always going along with them to please them, even when you know you shouldn't. If you're a guy, you may find yourself pursuing a girl who shows little interest in you, hoping that by being nice to her, her feelings towards you will change. You go to great lengths to treat her like a queen, but in return, she takes advantage of you. Yes, if you do this, you are a nice guy. The video discusses more habits practiced by nice guys. Let's delve into them. 1. Too much agreeableness, that is, saying yes to everything. Nice guys have a tendency to say yes to everyone, often prioritizing the needs and desires of others, which can be inherently problematic. However, it's important to remember that sometimes it is necessary to say no. There are situations where saying yes to something that goes against our best interests, solely to avoid offending others, can come at a significant cost. Agreeable individuals believe it is crucial to maintain harmonious relationships with others at any expense, even if it means sacrificing their own interests. Nice guys exhibit similar behavior, focusing on meeting the needs of others while attempting to be undemanding themselves. They are helpful, friendly, and generous. However, excessive agreeability can make one vulnerable to exploitation. See, manipulative individuals exist, willing to disregard their conscience in order to manipulate others for their own selfish gain. They do not consider the consequences for the extremely agreeable victim. Therefore, it is essential to learn how to say no and establish personal boundaries. 2. Lack of genuine dishonesty. One other trait of nice guys is dishonesty. Nice guys are one of the most deceitful people on the planet. They pretend to be nice so that they can have their own way instead of being genuinely kind. They clothe themselves in this invented nice character while hiding their true self, their true intentions. They are inauthentic, so people don't really know who they are dealing with. Nice guys are fundamentally dishonest. A nice guy will tell lies, partial truths, and omit information if they believe it will prevent someone from focusing on them in a negative way. They have the ability to tell a lie, or withhold the truth, and still believe the illusion that they are basically honest people. Let's say there's a nice guy who develops an interest in a girl. Rather than openly expressing his emotions to her, he opts to play a role, an invented character. He assumes the persona of an incredibly kind person, going out of his way to send her flowers regularly, sending her good morning texts, and even taking care of her financial obligations. However, this behavior is exclusive to her, as he treats others in a deplorable manner. It's truly hypocritical. He puts on a facade to make her believe that he is harmless, all with the intention of gaining her attention. It's a pathetically transparent ploy. And if this is you, then change. You've been exposed. 3. People-pleasing and setting no boundaries. Let's talk about the part in the definition where the nice guy attempts to please others in order to gain favor or be liked by them. In fact, this is one of the things that the nice guy is perfectly good at. But at what cost? When you go all out to please everybody, there are some people who will see right through this. And if this people have a malicious nature about them, they'll see this as an opportunity to come and get you. They'll transform you into their own doormat, to walk all over you wherever they feel like it. This is because they know you cannot set any boundaries for yourself. Here's a perfect example. We have this fella called John. John was raised to be a quote-unquote simp, meaning he's so desperate for attention from women that he has transformed himself into this guy that will do anything to please a girl he's interested in, even if that girl doesn't appreciate his efforts. John is treated like crap by this girl, and he knows full well that this girl has other males she likes, but those males care little about her. So do you see the problem with people-pleasing John? One day he went on a date with this girl after many attempts. When she ordered the most expensive meal, he was so afraid of letting her down that he spent all of his money on her, and after escorting her to her Uber, he didn't have any money left of his own, so he trekked back home. No wonder nice guys finish last. 4. Playing it safe all the time. A nice guy has a tendency to avoid confrontational behavior, preferring to stay within their comfort zone. Their niceness stems from this inclination. They are not wired to appreciate confrontations, and instead prefer to maintain harmony and order, sometimes at their own expense. This is a fact. Comfort zones can be the most dangerously comfortable places in the world. For instance, this is a common trait among nice guys who have been raised and conditioned by their families and society to never upset women. Consequently, they become hyper-vigilant in responding to women's moods and desires, and if they enter into relationships, it often leads to disaster. Why? Because they willingly relinquish power to the woman, allowing her to become the puppet master. The woman manipulates the nice guy into actions that he may not truly approve of deep down. This creates a situation where he constantly walks on eggshells, always fearful of offending her. If she is happy and content, he feels the same. If she is angry, depressed, or stressed, he becomes anxious until she is appeased. However, in reality, life doesn't work that way. 5. Having a scarcity mindset. The scarcity mentality of nice guys limits their thinking, causing them to adopt a small-scale perspective. Deep down, they hold a belief that they are undeserving of the joys life has to offer. In order to protect themselves from opposing viewpoints, they employ various strategies to ensure their worldview remains unchallenged. As a result, they settle for mere scraps, convinced that it is all they deserve. They construct elaborate justifications to explain why their true desires will never be fulfilled. And to them, it seems acceptable. It's acceptable to let people walk all over them. It's acceptable to be treated horribly by manipulative individuals. It's acceptable to not stand up for themselves and be exploited. However, this always comes at a cost. Sometimes the accumulated resentment within the nice guy reaches a dangerous level, and they may seek revenge in the world. So, before I conclude this message, here's some quick advice. If you haven't been paying attention, I urge you to listen attentively now. No more Mr. Nice Guy. And by that, I don't mean you should adopt a permanently mean attitude and treat others poorly. Instead, aim to be genuinely kind, not fake. Learn to confront your fears, step out of your comfort zone. Learn to say no when necessary and never be afraid to express your thoughts when the need arises.